Have you ever wondered who the angels that appear so often in biblical accounts are and what they actually do? Mystical beings, surrounded by wings, light, and power. They have fascinated humanity for generations. But what if I told you that much of what we believe about them might be wrong? That's right. It's not just about guardian angels, miracles, or beautiful stained glass images. There is a complex celestial hierarchy, stories of rebellion, and surprising lessons hidden within these heavenly beings. The truth is, angels play deeper and more strategic roles than you might imagine. From divine messengers to spiritual warriors, their functions are detailed and impressive. And pay attention. What you'll discover here isn't just interesting. It's transformative. Get ready to explore the true story behind archangels, seraphim, cherubim, and much more. We will dive into mysteries that have the power to change the way you see the world around you. But be warned, this journey will challenge everything you thought you knew about the spiritual realm. Are you ready to uncover who these beings really are and how they impact our lives? Don't waste time. The next step will unveil secrets that few have dared to reveal. Since time immemorial, the idea of angels has sparked people's curiosity. These spiritual beings, described in the Bible, are presented as God's messengers and guardians of His glory. Imagine a universe where creatures invisible to our eyes work tirelessly to fulfill divine purposes. A striking example is the story of Daniel in the lion's den, where an angel was sent to shut the mouths of the beasts and protect the prophet. These narratives make us reflect on how little we know about the spiritual world and its fascinating nuances. But have you ever wondered why angels are so powerful? The Bible highlights that they possess unparalleled intelligence and strength, created to execute specific tasks in the divine plan. And don't think these tasks are simple. From bringing celestial messages, such as the announcement of Jesus' birth, to protecting entire cities, as in the case of Sodom and Gomorrah, these beings play essential roles in human history. Perhaps this teaches us that, even without seeing them, we are surrounded by something greater than we imagine. Now, if we stop to reflect, the concept of angels touches something deep within us, the idea of protection and hope. After all, who hasn't wished for a sign that they are being cared for by higher forces? This vision connects us directly to the next topic, where the different types of angels are presented, each with a specific function in the celestial realm. When exploring the types of angels mentioned in the Bible, a world of diversity and purpose begins to unfold. Archangels, for example, are natural leaders in the celestial kingdom. Among them, Michael stands out as the commander of angelic forces, confronting evil in epic battles like the one described in Revelation. Imagine the responsibility of leading an entire legion of angels against the forces of darkness. For many, this figure symbolizes courage and determination, an inspiration to face our own daily challenges. The Seraphim, on the other hand, are a class of angels surrounded by mystery and reverence. With 6 wings and positioned near God's throne, they continuously proclaim His holiness. Think of the impact the prophet Isaiah experienced when he witnessed these beings exalting divine glory. This scene is not just a glimpse of heaven but an invitation for us to reflect on what it means to live with purpose, exalting what we believe to be sacred. Then there are the cherubim and the living creatures, whose mission goes beyond worship. The cherubim, known as guardians, appear protecting the Garden of Eden and God's very throne. On the other hand, the living creatures, with their symbolic appearance of a lion, ox, man, and eagle, challenge us to understand the depth of the celestial realm. Each figure carries a meaning, strength, service, intelligence, and vision. These angels make us question, what characteristics should we cultivate to better fulfill our role here on earth? Speaking of challenges, the next topic introduces us to the angels who chose to take an opposing path. The fallen angels are a powerful reminder that even the highest can stray. Lucifer, also called the morning star, was an angel of unparalleled splendor, created to glorify God. But his ambition led him to desire the divine throne, resulting in his fall and that of a third of the angels who followed him. Imagine the magnitude of that rebellion. It was not just a revolt but an attempt to destabilize the very celestial order, creating an eternal impact on the spiritual and human world. These angels, who now serve the forces of evil, continue to negatively influence people, as described in various biblical passages. Think of the temptations Jesus faced in the desert or the stories of possessions that required divine intervention. These examples show us the importance of being mindful of the choices we make. Just as these angels had free will, so do we, and each decision can bring us closer to or farther from our essence. However, the story of the fallen angels does not end with mere destruction. It carries a profound lesson about redemption and responsibility. If even the most exalted beings were judged for their actions, how can we expect to escape the consequences of ours? The narrative of these angels prepares us to better understand the role of the faithful angels, especially in their interaction with humanity, as we'll see next. The interaction of angels with humanity is filled with examples that inspire and intrigue. They appear in crucial moments as messengers or protectors, always fulfilling the divine will. Remember when the angel was sent to protect Lot and his family before the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah? Or when Mary received the news of Jesus' birth from Gabriel? These encounters show that, even in the darkest moments, there is a greater plan at work, even if we don't fully understand it. These celestial beings also play a vital role in offering help in times of need. Imagine the prophet Daniel in the lion's den, protected by an angel sent by God, or the apostle Peter being freed from prison. These stories are not just isolated events. They symbolize the constant presence of divine assistance. And what about in practical life? This concept can inspire us to be angels to others, offering support and protection to those in need. But the most curious thing is that the Bible suggests we might even interact with angels without knowing it. In Hebrews, Paul mentions that some have entertained angels unaware while practicing hospitality. This makes us wonder, how can our daily actions create deeper connections, even with the invisible? And while reflecting on this, the question many ask arises: do angels really protect us individually? That's what we'll address next. One of the greatest misconceptions about angels is the idea that each person has an exclusive guardian angel. While comforting, this view doesn't have solid biblical backing. When Jesus speaks in Matthew about the angels who see God's face on behalf of the little ones, he emphasizes collective, not individualized, divine care. This teaches us that, instead of focusing on personal protection, we should recognize that we are part of a greater plan, where the entire celestial army works for the benefit of the faithful. Another common misunderstanding is believing that angels are completely autonomous beings or that they should receive our worship. Nothing could be further from the truth. The Bible is clear. They are servants of God, not gods. In Revelation, we see John being reprimanded by an angel when he tries to worship him. This passage reminds us that, as impressive as they are, angels are subordinate to the Creator, just like us. Perhaps this motivates us to rethink our own attitudes of humility and reverence. Additionally, there is the widespread idea that we can directly communicate with angels or even control them. In reality, all legitimate interaction with these beings comes from a divine mandate, as seen in biblical examples. So, instead of seeking answers from angels, we should turn our attention to the source of all power and wisdom. Now that we better understand what they are not, it remains to explore deeply how this knowledge can transform our spiritual perception. Now that you've unraveled the mysteries behind archangels, seraphim, cherubim, and fallen angels, how about applying this knowledge in your daily life? Perhaps you can start by reflecting on the role of invisible forces in your life and how your actions can impact the world around you. If angels have such grand missions, might you also find your purpose and become a positive force in someone's life? Ask yourself, am I living aligned with something greater? Have I been a messenger of good news like Gabriel or a protector of values like Michael? These questions may seem simple but carry the power to completely transform your way of seeing life. And more, have you recognized the opportunities to do good? As Paul mentioned when speaking of hospitality that welcomes angels unaware? Don't stop here. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way, you'll continue learning and diving deeper into topics that can change your perspective. Don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Share it with friends and family, and together, delve even deeper into the fascinating universe the Bible reveals to us. After all, the more we know, the more we connect to the divine and the wonders of this world.